one of the things I noticed as you were talking about various different elements and examples of things that you've done, it seemed to boil down to savings. So you were talking about reducing waste, particularly with regard to the sandwiches. Do you think that is the essence of what you're trying to do? Is sustainability about saving things?
I think, yeah, that's a really good question. It's definitely about saving the earth, but on a macro level. But I think on a business perspective, it's a really interesting question because it's the first chapter of my life where the business case is much harder to convince people. Historically, it's spend this money, buy this thing, and it'll enable you to drive this much more contact with customers and this much conversion, etc. In
Mhm.
sustainability, for me, it sits around efficiency, which is, and obviously, I'm talking through the lens, through my lens, which is a big operationally complex businesses. It's going to be different in banking, but from where I sit, efficiency is huge. So you've got to be able to see ways of using less, so then
Mhm.
costing less, and that's
Mhm.
interesting for a business that's very focused on you know delivering a good service at a reasonable cost. Then there's a
Mhm.
sort of brand element, which is if we really believe that it's important to customers, um, then it can be an effective lever for driving decisions. Hotels, obviously there is a price and location driver, but I think certainly when you have broad coverage and there are different choices that a customer can make, the brand association and that sort of those that are interested in the environment will want uh, to stay with a brand that has that sustainability
Mhm.
context. It's also very important in the B2B world because some businesses are starting to say my staff will only stay in hotels that have got two leaves on the rating of whatever the digital aggregator for hotels. But then I guess the
Yeah.
last one is resilience, and resilience is about long term business planning, which doesn't always align with a natural decision making, a 3 year budget cycle, or a 3 year return for investors. But
Mhm.
once you start understanding the systematic linking of all the parts of sustainability, you start realizing that resilience is the goal. You're building a business that will be able to adapt and adopt ways of working effectively in a new climatic situation. So a hotter world with different supply chains, with different products, with different needs. So I think it is partially about saving, but it's also about the upside of driving real value.